What's up, people of society? Hello, welcome to my first YouTube video of talking about respirators. Actually, I made a first video about respirators, but it was in Facebook Live. So, a lot of people are trying to I mean, a lot of people were actually telling me to make a YouTube video for respirators. Um, so, alright, so good timing that something came into the mail today. So, the purpose of this video, I will be talking about uh, two full face respirators, the 6800 series. This one, the one that we see here locally, and the one that actually got into the mail today, which is the 3M FF-400 Ultimate. This one, this personally is my favorite, or the one I like better. So we're going to talk about it from construction, from materials, and basically all of that I know about it. I'm not a 3M expert or like the product expert or anything. All of the information that I knew about this is I just read from the manual, from the website, and also from other users. So I'm not claiming that I'm the expert of 3M or something like that. No. Also, you can, if you wish to actually read about this, you can just go to the website, or when you order this, there's a very important user manual that you actually need to read. You know. So, all right, let's get to it then. So, here it is, the 6800 and the Ultimate FF-400, or the Ultimate FX full face respirator. Now, the main concern or the main reason why people buy these full face respirators is that it protects their whole face, right? So, it's very important for us to talk about first the lens, the cover, and the visibility or the visual field while wearing the full face respirators. Now, if you look at these closely, actually both have wide field of vision when you get to wear the full face respirators. But if you're going to measure, or if you're going to look at the specifications, the Ultimate FX actually has a larger or a broader field of view compared to your 6800. Now, from side to side, up and down, it actually has a larger field of vision. Now, the lens is designed like this so that the cartridges are tucked away or tucked under here, so it improves the user's visibility. So unlike this one, it's actually like in your periphery here. When you put the cartridges, it's going to be like that in here. So you can see it in your periphery, whereas in this one, it's stuck underneath like that. So you have a broader field of vision while being compliant still to safety requirement standards. Okay, so that's the first. A second issue sa lens is that a lot of people are saying that the lenses are very hard to clean. Well, it doesn't really affect people like me, or a lot of my friends that will be listening to this, because we are not in the industrial setting, we are in the healthcare setting. But a lot of people have been saying that like when they use it and then they get something on the lens, it gets dirty or something like that, it's harder to clean. Actually, that is very true. I've seen a couple of reviews that actually they had a like paint and other things spilled in the lens, which made it harder for them to clean. For me, actually, ang issue lang for me is the fingerprint. So when you wear your full face and then you touch the lenses area, it will leave a nasty fingerprint, and then you can see it from the inside. So that's why I always carry the microfiber cloth to wipe it. But interestingly, the Ultimate FX actually has this coating from 3M. They call it the Scotch Guard, that actually makes it easier for you to wipe the stains, like wipe out fingerprints with just one wipe. And I tried it earlier, and it really is amazing. Actually, they have in their website, they have this like if sa cellphone pa, screen protector, like the lens protector, disposable, not really disposable, but it's like a casing that you put in your lens if you want to be more secured of the lenses of your full face mask. You can attach it, and then you can wash the face mask along with it. It's okay. So if it gets scratched, you just peel it off and then put in another one. So that's the difference from lenses, no? So this one, it has this like a Scotch Guard 3M trademark technology that makes it easier to wipe the lens with like cleaning materials compared to this one. But does it really make a huge difference as to like like how I use it? Is it really affecting? Not really, because again, as I've said, ang issue lang jud na ako here is ang fingerprints naman. So it's one of the features of this one. So all right, second point would be stability. So when we talk about stability, when you move around, or when you wear your mask for a long period of time, it actually creates like like some specific mga pressure points where the straps are located. This one, you can feel it here or here because of the design. So what they made improvement here in the Ultimate FX is that for see, if you compare, this one has a 4-point harness, so 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, compared to this one which has a 6-point harness, 2 on top, 2 in the middle, and 2 underneath here. And then aside from that, you will see this blue thing at the back of the strap. This is actually removable. This is called a detachable comfort cradle. Now, so what's the explanation behind this is that by making more connection and making it centralized here at the back, it avoids pressure points in a prolonged use. It helps spread out the pressure. Also, this one helps spread the pressure from more evenly. Maybe sometimes when you put this, if wala ning comfort cradle, kasi mahiwi ni diripit sa left or sa right, so with the comfort cradle, it helps spread the pressure more evenly with this one. So that's the second point, stability. That is one of the major difference from the 6800 and the FF-400. So that's the pro. But the con, so ang cons is that the more straps you put, the more hassle it is that when you put it on and when you try to take it off. But if you're going to be wearing it for a long period of time, then it's more stable per se. So mo lang na siya. That's one of the major key factors, major key difference between these ones. So we've already talked about the lens and the stability. We can we can move on to the other point, which is, I think, is very important. So stay tuned. So we go to our next point of discussion, which is very important. As I've said earlier, it is communication. Kasi when you wear the mask and then you talk to a patient, most often or more often than not, dili kayo magkasinabot or you can't understand each other, because I mean, not only for the full face respirators, but talking in general, wearing even a surgical mask or N95, the disposable respirators, the half face, it's going to be, your voice will be muffled, so like something like that. You can actually try to speak more slowly and louder, so that magkasinabot mo, you guys could understand each other. So that's one of the issues, this 6800, and that is what they addressed in the FF-400 or the Ultimate FX. Now that is for me a very important thing, because when I talk to my patients or when I talk to other healthcare staff, sometimes unsa dok or dis na kadungog ba, or like di mi kasinabot. So this is actually very cool, because 3M designed this because they realize that users need to be heard, no, even if the environment is very noisy. But in the hospital or where I work, it's not really that noisy, but then you cannot deny the importance of communication in, like, even in the station, or even when you are in the operating room. Samot na, like, more importantly, there has to be very clear communication between the surgical team. So this is where for me it's a winner. So I'm going to show you the mechanism of how they did it. So actually, 3M designed a passive communication device or passive communication diaphragm and placed it right up, like, behind the mouth or behind the exhaust port. So this one, that's it. So it makes your voice not muffled, although there's a little bit of difference when not wearing the mask, but it's way clearer than the usual respirators. So for that, for this next scene or the next part of the video, I will be demonstrating how my voice would sound like when wearing this and wearing this. So we will have a comparison. All right. Seashells by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. A peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper, where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked?
Hello, I'm your Metrobank ET. Welcome to your electronic touch banking. Now press the key of your desired transaction. Type and enter the amount and press the enter key. In your service, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get your card, your cash, and your transaction slip. Thank you for banking with us.
Alright, so now you've heard the difference between the, like, how you speak in the 6800 versus the Ultimate FX. So I don't know if, like, you're going to have a good distinction between how they sound like when you watch this video, because I don't know how to, like, as I've said, it's my first video, so I don't know how to, like you make it HD and stuff like that, whatever. But I can say, but I will attest that there's a huge difference, and when you speak in when wearing the FF-400 versus the 6800 series. Now we'll come to the last few last important points of the details that I know about, and then that's it. Oh yeah, and a very big difference is the material that makes contact or touches your face. The 6800 is rubber, and the FF-400 is actually silicone. So it is more comfortable to wear. It's softer. Silicone. The nose piece and the chin part here is also silicone. So it's very comfortable, more comfortable than the 6800 in my perspective, or the way I experienced it. And then oh yeah, and lastly, one very big difference that I noticed is the gaskets. This one versus the orange one here in the 6800. So in 6800, it's like it's sort of like a foam thing that actually moves around. And then the thing about this, sometimes it gets loose and then it might come off, no? So compared to the FF-400, this one are silicone, what do you call this, bonded silicone gaskets that is securely in place, so you could avoid losing the, you know, the gaskets there. That is very important for actually keeping the seal keeping the seal like tight and appropriate. So verdict, 6800 or the FF-400? For me, because I have this, I'm going to use this more often now. It has way better features. I mean, they had actually improved a lot of things that they commented on with the 6800 series. But we also need to be very practical. We need to include the price of this respirator when trying to decide which one to buy. So this one is cheaper. Of course, this one is more expensive by a lot. The margin is a lot. But you know, they sent me a bag to place this with, so I guess this wins. Probably. So anyway, that concludes our video for today. Maybe next time we could talk about the filters, 7093, 2091. Is it fake? If it's China, if it's fake, you know, stuff like that, or mga things that you consider before you buy the cartridges and filters. So I hope you enjoy. Until the next video, buyers.